I'm really, really humbled, and I thank God for this season because I am cognizant and I am conscious in this moment.
So you think the Democratic Party cares about black people? Believe it or not, Rex, I think that tweet is part of the problem. Do you feel like we could have addressed this homeless issue much sooner? You have to speak a word, make it a good one. Welcome back to the Word Podcast. Once again, I am Jackie Ray. I am all smiles because I have interviewed Duke several times. You probably saw I recently went out and he has found a way to feed the homeless every single day thanks to Taco Savage food truck. He has worked diligently with the homeless day in and day out, so it's a privilege. But I'm here to talk to him about something a little different, something that's a little bit more personal. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you see behind me all these beautiful pictures. There's a lot more, but there's a lot of beautiful pictures here at the Art Expo of beautiful Black women. And Duke has created this photo series, this photo exhibit called Shades of Her. And I just think that's a beautiful thing. I think it's so important to highlight Black women. But Duke is with me today, and I really wanted to find out a little bit more about your photography background,
Watch
first
out
and
now,
foremost.
Jack. All
Yeah,
right. You want to hear about the creative side
I
of Brother
do.
Duke.
I do.
Okay. Crazy thing. It's like purpose finds you in life if you're aware and you're, mindful of those seasons. And I did my 4 years in the United States Air Force, came home, enrolled into Long Beach City College, and I'm like, what am I going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you take your general. So when I enrolled, my parents bought me a Canon AE1 program camera.
Come on now. Come on.
You-
The photographers know what that is.
That's it. Now that takes you back. And that was a film camera. And on the course catalog, it just said black and white photography. So I enrolled and took the class. And I'm like, wow, this class is pretty cool. And then when I started taking pictures and old school, you would go into the dark rooms.
Right.
And when I did my first portions of developing print, and you put the paper into the fix, into the developer and then the
Mm-hmm.
fix, and the image came alive, I fell in love right then. I was like, wow. And then I started shooting images of my community. And take you back even a little further, I grew up with Snoop Dogg of all people.
Yes.
And I shot some images of him, and he liked it so much that he allowed one of the images to be on one of his album covers. And then I'm like, okay, something to this. And then I started shooting images of the young men and women that I grew up in my neighborhood that got involved in the gang experience. And I created a calendar years ago, and it was a Stop the Violence calendar. And that actually to this day still has so much life in it that we were able to even make a independent documentary called The Game Don't Change, Just the Players. And from there, it's just been kind of an ongoing thing. This gallery exhibit has been something that's been a passion that I've always had in the back of my mind, that I said, you know what, I'm going to do this one day. And in this window and season of time, I was able to do it. And I just said, I want to honor you guys in a way to just show all the beautiful skin tones. Um, Doris Topsy, Elvord, and Bobby Smith were two amazing women in our city. And I just wanted to show that, all of these beautiful women lived through them, just to inspire them. This is to, give honor to my mom, to my sisters, my aunts, y'all all my sisters in the village. So I just wanted to show you guys in your creativity and your hard work and your brokenness and your struggle, and your excellence. You got a sweet, kind, nice, you're sassy, you're fiery. And I just wanted to kind of capture that in this, and it'll eventually probably become a coffee table book.
So when you said to yourself, okay, I want to do this series, Shades of Her, tell me a little bit about the title.
You guys come in just about every color
Mm-hmm.
on, the color palette. And, you know, my family, we are a vast array of colors. My father is light, could almost even in one of his younger years pass for a white man.
Mm-hmm.
And his brother, same parents, is cocoa dark, So in that, and my aunt's the same way. My aunt Joyce, my aunt Jacqueline, they're just totally different. And on my mom's side, my mom is browner. My auntie Cynthia is brighter, So
Mm-hmm.
just in that, it just shows the beauty of the color wheel. And I just wanted to capture, what I could in my locale of, all of these powerful sisters, and just, educators, attorneys, those in the medical profession, the teachers, and in the political realm, the young girls coming up aspiring to be. So I just said, let me put this together and just allow it to organically be something beautiful. And it looks like it has become that.
It definitely has. It's such a great thing to see, especially not only the different shades, but the different generations.
Yes.
That's really good to see because I think sometimes we as Black women, we are the last on everyone's list sometimes. And so to walk into a room where you see across generations and people that you can relate to or people that you knew you've heard about even if you didn't meet personally, I think it's something that visually, without even the written word or the spoken word behind it, visually it just resonates.
And that's in the context of not curating it like I thought I would at first. It'll eventually get curated, if that makes sense what I just said to you. But I didn't put any text because this could be represented across the board. This could be
Mm-hmm.
any place. This could be New York City. This could be, this could be even in another country. Because just looking at all of these beautiful faces of these women, it just shows that they can touch any place on the planet. So I did it in the design like that first, but as it's growing and we, create the coffee table book, it is to inspire the young girls to be better.
One of the things that really stood out to me is I think just a couple of weeks ago interviewed April Parker, and I walked in here and I'm just checking out the pictures, and then April Parker is standing by April Parker's picture.
Yes.
And it kind of just resonated to me that, first of all, it's a blessing to be in this space that I'm in, to be able to know these type of women who are doing these types of things, but to see it in real life kind of gave me goosebumps a little bit. And I don't take that for granted. But to know that you took time to, because the way you captured April Parker, just it's April
It's
Parker.
April. It sure is.
And if
Yeah.
you don't know April Parker, that might not make
Oh yeah.
sense,
Oh
but
yeah.
it is April Parker. And I think you've done that with all these women. Some of these pictures are very professional, some of them are very personal. How did you decide what setting you wanted each
um,
woman to be in?
I have been a photographer 30 years.
Mm,
And coming from that film genre, and I'm saying that to say that, you get a chance to have relationships and friendships with, I have probably 95 to 98% friendships with, these women. So I know their character. I know that, their professions. I know, their walks of life and their friends and being moms and and community activists. So when I get the call to say, hey, this will happen, and I'm still building it too. So this is not the end all of this gallery exhibit that's going to become the book. So it's just the sisters, like the song on Color Purple, Sister, you've
yes.
been on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
This gallery exhibit is because the sisters on my mind, and my wife of all people is like, Duke, you got to do this. You got to put this out. You got to honor your mom and your sister and your aunts and your village in this way. And just as you can look around this gallery exhibit, it really, um, my buddy's sister Tanisha, she's in it, and when she came in, she said, "Baby,
Yes.
you did that. You did that, baby." And I said,
Mm-hmm.
"You know what? In our culture and our euphemisms and things like that, we can grasp that. Like
Yeah.
when that hot comb hit the back of
Mm-hmm.
that ear,
Just
you
hearing
know,
you say that, it's like there's certain phrases in the Black community that
yeah,
you can say, write a whole novel and just a
that's it. That's it. Or you did that.
Yeah, and it's like, okay.
And we were able to give all the women that came and the little girls that came um, roses. I
Hmm.
had all the sisters just buy some roses, and they just handed them out to the other women. It was just a poignant, powerful moment
Yeah, and I think that's so important to give people their flowers.
while they're alive.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes. Well,
yes.
congratulations on
Thank you.
this. I can't wait until the book
Yeah, why
comes
don't, why
out.
don't don't you come on and join me and
I
help me
I
put this
I
together?
would love to do that. I
I
would be
think it'd be a
so
good
honored to do
collaboration.
that.
You got it.
Yes. Thank you
Okay.
so much. But I don't want to skip on the fact that and aside from being an amazing photographer, which I think this is the side of you that people are just now learning and I hope will continue to learn. I hope this is the first of many
Okay.
series. But you are being honored by the city. I saw the email that you posted on your Instagram. Can you just tell me a little bit about the email and how you felt when you received it?
Mm. Yeah, that's a very special moment for my family, and especially my two sons.
Hmm.
The award is the Martin Luther King Peacemaker Award, and I'm really, really humbled, and I thank God for this season because I am cognizant and I am conscious in this moment a lot of times things are happening so fast that, things will happen that it just kind of get away from you. But right now I'm present in this moment. And crazy thing about receiving this is Martin Luther King had a dream. The award is the Peacemaker's Award, but it's also in context with the work that we're doing in the city to help our unhoused brothers and sisters, the homeless community. And just, I've done a lot of other different types of work being a community activist, but this right here is special because before I started doing this volunteering to help our unhoused brothers and sisters, I had some dreams that kind of pointed me in the direction. So for it to materialize and manifest and be here and me to be able to see it right now, it's like we are living out portions of Dr. King's dream.
Mm-hmm.
So all the work that we're doing in a positive way to uplift humanity, not just one particular group, but just humankind. That is the rent that we pay on this earth, I believe.
That's a beautiful sentiment. And obviously, I think my listeners know you very well as far as the work that you've done with our unhoused population. But when you look at the unhoused population right now, do you think we could have maybe moved a little bit differently to prevent it from getting to the situation that it is right now, to the state that it's in right now?
I could say yes and I could say no to that question because there's flip sides to that coin. And I understand what you just asked me. Being out there a lot, you get a chance to see, like I've sold in a lot of energy personally into certain individuals' lives, and some people will accept it and some people won't.
Mm.
So that's how you have to answer that question: is everybody don't want the help that's being provided. Everybody does not have the capability or the concept to even be in a house right now. Like there's some individuals that have received housing and they'll go back to what's comfortable or what they know. So now by me saying this, I can speak from the experience because I've lived it and seen it. Like, why don't you want this? But it's not good or bad. It's just that's what they know. But then you have certain individuals like my brother Ronnie Maynard. He was out there homeless for about 6 or 7 years, somewhere in there. And once he finally got to rock bottom, and once he finally got into some trouble that put him in a position where he was going to have to go away for a long time, crazy thing happened. I think he said that he was volunteering for Care Closet.
Yep.
And when he went to court, on social media, they pulled it up, and he was happened to be the volunteer of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And he did so much work, and he was sincerely working that they gave him time served, I think.
Yeah.
And from that, he has cleaned his life up at like a total 180. Like he's so responsible. He's so amazing. He just got his car. Like I was present with him when he got his driver's license. He said, "Man, I waited 65 years to get my driver's license."
Yep.
And I felt like my dad when I got my driver's license, or like when my son gets his driver's license. I'm so proud of him, And Josie Mignot, she got her degree over in welding at Long Beach City College, and she was unhoused, and now she has a place, and she's a welder now. A company allowed her to get hired with me sitting in there, and they said, "What's her credentials? What's her, her resume?" They said, "Duke, you just sit right next to her, and you'll be her resume."
Right.
I'm like, wow, just the trust of this town of loving on people. We're very diverse. We're very culturally diverse. What are we, like number 3 or 4 or 5 as far as just the nationalities of people in this city? So this town is amazing. 500,000 plus people, and 9 districts. With our mayor and our city manager, and just the plethora of teachers and civic leaders, and just your healthcare professionals, your law enforcement, your fire department. This town is amazing. And by us being able to do something like Care Closet to help the unhoused and all the other nonprofits that are teaming up and working together, this is a special place. We headbutt, it's a family. Some of us don't get along. That's all a part of it. It's the good, the bad, the ugly, and the pretty of it all. But in that experience, in that gumbo, when we all mixing it up, Long Beach is doing some unique things. Got a new young mayor that's pressing, and I'm went to his State of the City. I'm look up and I'm like, he included Brother Duke in the mayoral address. So I'm like, it's the forward thinking, just saying, giving it a try, and let's see if it can work. Let's see if it can manifest itself. And it's really happening in real time. And to receive that award, that's what it's all encompassing,
Mm-hmm.
just this mixed bag of people just working it in a positive way. And it's just beautiful.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the award. Of course, you guys know Ronnie because he's been on the show
Yeah,
as well.
yo, my guy, my
I
guy.
am immensely proud of him, and
Yeah.
he works so hard.
Yes.
If you guys haven't gone and listened to that, there's some video of him as well. He works so hard. I'm very very proud of him. But with that, I still think we need to circle back to exactly what you said. We need to give you your flowers as well. So aside from this award, how can we, the community, really get behind Duke Givens and Care Closet and help you help more people?
That's a great question, and I'll answer it like this. I think that we should have some more sit downs because I'm always um, a sponge to learn. And the model that has been created has been because of a lot of different people. I just will implement and act upon those, like um, making sure people eat every day, good food. I understand, and I'm not trying to go against anyone's, policies or procedures, but I'm going to make sure that people eat. Um, I know that we have to get people out of tents. I know we got to get people out of the underpasses and the freeways and things of that nature. So soon as our amazing leaders get to a point where they can find land space, we can run it in a way like the things that I've learned from the military. And you just because it's so many people that are unhoused that you have to find unique, creative ways that are structured that um, we don't burn ourselves out trying to help as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I almost tapped out doing this. It's just so much to this with substance abuse, with mental illness, with people coming from extreme trauma, and then you just mix it all together. And then when you are interacting with these beautiful people, they're going to throw that on you. When we first started, they was stealing all my tools.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, where'd the generator go, y'all?
Right.
They say it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
But just keep pressing, keep pressing. So to answer your question, Long Beach and people abroad in other cities and other states, you can help by I have a platform of my socials that are Care Closet LBC, Facebook, Instagram. People's hearts allow their wallets to follow. I don't ask people for money. People know the work's going to get done, but and then they'll just say, "How can we help?" But I would, if anyone's interested, to come do tours with us and then say, "Hey, I can help in this way. I can help in that way," and that's how this thing has been growing. But back to my point, not to be all over the place because I'm so excited about it. I think we should have more sit down. So like probably once every 3 or 4 months, we have a space where we can all just put our ideas down and then we can just check the box. So the things that are being done that's working, or have you thought about doing A, B, and C? Because I don't ever want to put myself in a position to hinder the growth of Care Closet by going against policies and procedures or things of that nature. But we do have to help our people in real time. And I think that's why the mayor, city council, even our Senator Gonzalez, they came out. She even bought some items for a young woman that was out there, was just so amazing. The new sheriff, Robert Luna, who was our chief, and the new chief of police, Brother Wally Habish, came out and they were able to help me with assisting a young woman with a bicycle for transportation. So, and on the flip side of that coin, I had took the new chief out and a gentleman by the name of D-Roy. He gave me permission to use his name. He said, Duke, when I saw the police, I just didn't want to speak to him. And I'm like, why not? And I had took the city prosecutor as well. They did a tour with me. And he said, man, it's just in my own head. He said, but I should have came and spoke to him. Because Doug, is a good buddy of mine as well. He's city prosecutor. He says, Duke, we can do homeless court where we can expunge records. Tattoo removal, just so many things is just provided, but just the stigma from both sides, I think.
Right.
So I just feel that Care Closet is a bridge because I have relationships with everybody. I try to, and these are on both sides of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
So if I could just get them to mesh and love on each other in that way, it works out because it's so many programs and so many things that the city has to offer that people just got to receive it too.
Right. Yeah, I think as a society, we seem to have forgotten that we really are only as strong as our weakest link. And instead of leaving our weakest behind, we really need to figure out a way to make them stronger. So I applaud you for doing that.
Thank you so much.
And I applaud you for this beautiful photo gallery that you're doing.
Sisters, huh?
It's an amazing thing. You know what? And aside from all of that, I love the different hairstyles.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like we will come
Y'all
with
go
some
hard in the paint. Huh?
hairstyles.
Oh yeah, y'all go hard in the paint. That's
Yes.
it. You got
So
it.
thank you for doing this. Can we anticipate another series from you? Another photo series in the
Yes,
future?
I have. That's one thing about the Gordon Parks and the Jane Vanderzees of yesteryear. I was inspired when I went to college. I have a lot of different bodies of work. Um, a few people who know me from yesteryears, I did a series called Power of Choice,
Mm-hmm.
where I shot the gang experience of young men and women who took that life, and I didn't use text. And then I shot a lot of the business professionals and all walks of life like that. And I just juxtaposed the images together. So when you see it, you know that it was choice
Mm.
and they chose. So, and then I am working on a body of work, and I know that's real sensitive. And we're also working on a documentary, Little by Little, Where's My Home? So we're going to touch on something on the unhoused population, and I'm going to do it in a way where we respect and love on them and show images about that human condition in this time. Um, the PSA photographers of yesteryear, you know, when we went through the Great Depression, they shot those images of people in the struggle. I'm going to try to capture something like that as well. So all the gifts that God has allowed me to, you know, have in my life, I do my best to put them in motion. And I got injured really, really bad in the Air Force,
Right.
where I had major back surgery.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, over at Memorial Hospital, you know, the professionals, you know, they helped your boy out in a great way where, you know, I'm back up on my feet. And I say that because as we all are bruised and broken, we all just keep working in our purpose, because I'm married to the arts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm married to being creative, you know, and it keeps you sane.
Yeah.
You know, helping our unhoused brothers and sisters, and keeps you sane, you know, just loving on those people and working and living and being able to, you know, see my kids grow up in, you know, this town, Long Beach, you know, keeping me sane, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Long Beach. You know, all of our brothers and sisters out here that do what you do in all your professions, you know, it can be seen, you know, and I just like for the next generation coming up to be able to be present in the moments to say, you know what, these people did that in this town to
Mm-hmm.
make it better for us.
Right.
I'm just crazy enough to go down in the belly of, you know, the underworld of our city, you know, and
Yeah.
it's not even crazy. It's just, it's courageous, but it's dangerous too. You have people out there that are very dangerous, that are hiding. I'll keep things, you know, very, very serious and truthful. Like, you got people who don't want to be found. Why is that?
Mm-hmm.
What have they done to put themselves in that position? But I'm going, you know, just because there's somebody out there that needs the help. So the compassion of people, the strong men and women that stand up to say, no, not on our watch. That the safety officers that, you know, understand that rule of protect and serve.
Mm-hmm.
The political figures that, you know, put in laws and legislation that helps. And I could see that, you know, we're in a new horizon, so we're going to see how this direction comes. And then you got Brother Duke walking around in the flood control.
Yes.
Doug is like, Duke, don't go over that fence. I'm going over the fence. Yeah.
Yep.
And when I go over the fence, you know, I just asked them to clean up that trash.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got people that have helped Caltrans and pull out trash that would have went into our ocean.
Right. It's helping all of us.
Yes, we're caring about, you
Mm-hmm.
know, our planet. So that's why we're here, you know, to, you know, do our part and, you know, walk these steps out of our purpose. So
Yeah. Well, I want to personally say thank you for all you're doing
you got it.
in Long Beach. I want to say it on behalf of Long Beach too. Thank you,
I
because
received
we
that. Thank you.
see you, and it's great to be able to shine a light on you whenever I get a chance. And it's great
Appreciate
that the city is shining that light on you as well. So congratulations for the MLK Peacemaker Award. That
As
is
my
beautiful.
youngest son Asher would say, I appreciate it.
I love that.
You got it.
I love that. Thank you so much, you guys. I'm going to have the link in the description so you can follow Duke on his photo journey. He does have a photo Instagram page. I'm going to put you the link to his Closet LBC Instagram. But more importantly, I'm going to put a direct link to where you can donate and find out ways to volunteer, because it's a beautiful thing that what he's doing, taking care of our unhoused brothers and sisters. And it just speaks to my motto: if you have to speak a word, make it a good one. We'll see you next time.
Peace out, you guys.